Potatoes are one of my favorite things to grow, my favorite things to eat, and I've grown them in just about every method you can imagine, but one method stands above them all. So right here I have a potato growing pretty much like a normal potato would. You would grab a seed potato, dig about 4 to 6 inches deep, plop it in with the eyes facing up, cover it up with soil, and then after a couple weeks, you would see these green shoots coming out of the ground, which is a great sign. And then of course, over the next couple months, it would grow much larger. Then eventually it would turn brown and die. You'd dig those potatoes up and you'd have a great harvest. And don't get me wrong, you can grow potatoes that way. There's nothing wrong with it. But what if there was an even lazier way that produced the most potatoes I've ever seen? When I first started gardening, I found a book called The No-Work Garden by Ruth Stout, and she's really known for this method of growing potatoes that has a lot less work. In fact, what she would do is drop them on the soil like that and cover them up with what I have in this box right here. This is straw. I believe in her method she would use hay, but we prefer straw because of course a lot less weed seeds and other nonsense in there. But all she would do is drop it on the surface, and if you want to get extra credit, you could kind of sandwich it in with the eyes facing up, and she would just dump a bunch of straw on top. She wouldn't bury the potato at all. Now what this does is a couple things. You're not going to have to dig down. You're not gonna have to dig the potatoes up when it comes time to harvest, but because potatoes, when exposed to light, will turn green, and that makes them a bit less edible and in fact somewhat toxic for human consumption, you need something to cover them up if you're not putting them under the ground. And for this method, you can't just use any potato. A lot of them work, but they need to be determinate style potatoes, meaning potatoes that produce more or less all at once in one layer in the soil. Even if it was buried, it wouldn't need to be hilled up like a lot of people will do with potatoes. So the variety I've chosen is called Red Norland. It's a super productive variety that's delicious, and of course, it's determinate. So what I'm gonna do now is show you exactly how to do this method. You can sandwich them in the soil just a little bit. So I might take just a light trowel, make a depression, and I'm gonna go eye side up with a whole potato, just like this. It sounds crazy, but I'm not gonna bury it at all. And in fact, this kind of helps you with your potato spacing, because what you're gonna wanna do is go at least 12 inches, if not about 18. Remember, this is gonna produce like crazy. So I'm gonna come over here and just go like that. And then what we'll do is we'll cover it up with straw. So like I mentioned, straw over hay. And this, in fact, is our Epic Organic Non-GMO Straw Mulch. I believe it's one of the only straws in the country that you can buy that's organic and non-GMO, which wheat can sometimes be a GMO. So it's a great product. You can grab it on our store if you like it, and it's great for mulch and all sorts of other preparations, not just this. But what you'll want to do is cover these potatoes up. It needs to be with a hefty amount of straw because you don't want light coming in and hitting that potato, and you want moisture to be kind of locked in here. So I recommend mounds of straw that are about 6 to 8 inches tall. So I'm gonna keep on planting this out, but the other thing I wanna say when you're choosing which potatoes to plant is you wanna make sure that they are sprouted, or what's called chitted, so the eyes will have little shoots coming out. Wait until that time. If you don't have them, it's just gonna be way slower. They will eventually grow, but them being chitted speeds up that initial sprouting period quite a bit. And of course, that gets you to these juicy potatoes a lot faster when it comes time to harvest. All right, we have about 12 potatoes in. It'll take a couple weeks to start seeing some sprouts, but we'll check in with you then. It's been 3 weeks, guys, and Ruth Stout has delivered for us. The potatoes are up in most of this entire bed, especially our specific Ruth Stout experiment right here. So I see some coming up. Now, what you could do is just do nothing at all right now, which is kind of the beauty of her method. But what I'm gonna opt to do is just add a touch more straw up around these ones that are just poking up a little bit more out of the ground. And that's just to cut down on any light that might still be penetrating through, because remember, we planted them right at the surface. We basically didn't plant them. We kind of just nudged them into the soil. So if any light is hitting them through this straw mulch, they will start to green up. And I'm just gonna try to avoid that because, as you'll see, the next time we check in, there should be a huge haul of these, and I don't want any of them to be inedible. It's been a couple months since we last checked, and the Ruth Stout potatoes up front are definitely ready to harvest. I have my potato fork for moral support, but because it's Ruth Stout style, I shouldn't really need it. They should be right underneath the straw mulch. So let's start clearing it out and take a look. We've got a cluster right here. You can see the little structure. Okay, look, we've got one straight out of the gate. That's not bad. As I brush it away, I see the rotten seed potato, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, rotten 1, 5, 6, technically 7, that's a small one. So that's not too bad. Let's see what we got on the other ones. Ooh. Okay, we've got 1. This is the seed potato starting again. That's interesting. This one didn't rot. It just kind of tried to sprout one more time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not bad again. The one thing I'm noticing we may have wanted to adjust is even more straw mulch. I'm seeing just a little bit of sun exposure on some of these potatoes. They're still edible when they're exposed to this degree. If they were to turn green or really crack, that would be a situation where you wouldn't want to. But off of 2 potatoes we basically dropped on the floor, I already have a pretty hefty harvest for myself or my family and friends. This one a touch smaller. You notice with the straw, there's tons of little pill bugs in here. That can be a problem if they start munching on the potatoes. But because they like to eat straw, they should stick mostly to the straw unless they get a really tasty appetite for potatoes, but it didn't happen in this case, which is great. Come on down to this one right here. And we know these are ready, by the way, because there's almost nothing left on the stem. Smaller cluster here, but again, for the effort, which is basically nothing, I would say pretty worth it. Just touched a rotten potato, didn't feel good. Might need to go to therapy. So not too many on that one. This should be more promising because it's a lot bigger. Usually the amount of foliage will correlate to how much potato has been grown down below. In this case, I think the big adjustment I would be making is maybe a little bit more water in this area and maybe a lot more straw, just to make sure it was fully covered up. Nice little cluster here though. We've run this experiment in the past on our larger potato grow experiment. We got crazy, crazy yields. So sometimes it depends on the spot. Whoa, this one got completely eaten. The inside is almost hollow, it's like a geode. Wow, I wonder what got into that. Over here we got a nice little small cluster. So what I'm noticing on some of these, and this is a grower's error, is they're just smaller potatoes than you would expect from a red Norland variety grown in this way. And again, I think it's just the plant, the roots didn't get enough water, enough moisture to actually size the potatoes up. But it proves that you can do almost no work and get a pretty solid harvest. I would say if we grew these like we did our last potato grow experiment, which I'll put up for you right now, same variety, same method, we probably even doubled the harvest you see here. But I wanna stress, this is no work. You drop it, you cover it, you walk away, and then you get something at the end of the season. If you wanna see some of our more in-depth potato experiments, check out this video right here. It's my favorite one we've ever done on the channel about potatoes. But good luck in the garden, guys, and keep on growing.